Alrighty, good morning and good afternoon and good evening. Because somewhere in the world it is another time zone right now. I just want to welcome you to your morning class. I know it's nice and fresh this morning. I think this week's probably been the coldest we've experienced, so it's definitely not been fun. But I think what's most important is that we've had a magical winter at this point in time, and I think that we've allowed ourselves to flow. And today's class, as you can see with the playlist that I sent, I wanted to focus on immersion. And I think one of the biggest things that we struggle with is when things feel a bit uneasy, or the balance in our days and our weeks, or whatever that comes into our space, in our environment, that creates something that's extremely different. We are in that space of where we struggle just a little bit, because at the end of the day, we're here to cultivate that space for ourselves. We're here to allow ourselves to move through this jungle, as we call it, because we are in a concrete jungle in Joburg, um, to allow it to flow. And unfortunately, we do live in a space where we are hit with a lot of things that come at us, and especially in the place that we are in, it comes at us a lot faster than usual. And sometimes we struggle to immerse ourselves into these experiences, because a lot of the time that what we experience is something that is coming up. It might be a future lesson, it might be a past lesson, it might be something that's new, it might just be a challenge. Because I think a lot of the time that we look at everything that is put in front of us, we look at it as obstacles. But why does everything have to be cultivated as just an obstacle, when the reality of it all is that it's not a negative thing? It's always been a positive thing. So once we surpass the obstacle, we look back and we're like, oh, I learned something. But our viewpoint at looking at it is saying that, no, it's negative. But only once we get past it, maybe to a point when we get to that level of realization, we create the positive effect around it. And my message to you guys today is, when we look forward, we always, at this point in time, are conditioned to look at what is in front of us. So if you look at your diary and you think, oh, snap, I've got so many things on the to-do list. There's so many meetings on Teams today, or I've got so much running around to do. But we always look at it as a challenge. And today I want us to change that perception, break it down as slowly as we can. And, we plant a seed today, we plant a seed for tomorrow. We let the sunshine do its thing, and we allow the water that we are to make it grow. When we immerse ourselves into these experiences, when we allow that immersion to happen, what immediately happens is that level of dissolution. You think of an effervescent tablet. The minute you pop it in, it just starts to disperse. And that's the beauty of this body. The minute you absorb something in, it goes all the way around. You think of when you take vitamins, it's not just going to, your index finger, it's going to your whole body. It's applying your whole body as a whole. And I think what's supremely important at this point in time is that we understand that, yes, it's a beautiful process, but it's always at that point where sometimes it is stunted. Immersion isn't always the most beautiful thing of watching a time lapse of a flower open all the way up. Sometimes there's rain, it gets hit down from the viewpoint of perspective, and then it comes back up. And I think what's most important to understand is that no matter how much we look forward, it doesn't matter that we have this place of, I understand. It's not always about understanding, because the thing is, what we need to bring in is acceptance. Acceptance and understanding together allow our immersion to cultivate in such a better space. So in today's class, obviously, what's coming. Thankfully, it's not a vinyasa class, so you have a complete idea of what's happening. I must say, I was going to label the playlist military flow, just to give you guys a little bit of a script, but immersion did pop up, and we're about to immerse ourselves in the beautiful Ashtanga practice this morning. So wherever you are, And however you're feeling, I want you today to look forward and I want you to see that path. I just want you to see the path. I don't want you to see what's in front of you. There's no mountains to climb. There are no athletic hurdles to jump over. There's no rocks in the pathway. It's just simply a pathway. Because if this is our life, we are constantly in the space of walking forward. Because every day we move, we go and go closer towards wherever we're meant to be, whatever we're meant to be doing. And I think what's most important is to stop putting up these pictures, putting up these visions of things that are lying in front of us. Because yes, you might have a diary, but hey, your diary's in hand, you're still walking forward. It doesn't mean that everything that's on the diary has to be positioned in front of you. So, immersion. Today we immerse. Today we allow, and today we smile through this process because we're releasing all the things in front of us, which means we're going to have a magical weekend. We're going to have a magical new week coming up. That means that the rest of this month, because we're pretty much at the halfway point of July, we're going to make this month something completely different. All right, I'm going to head to my mat now, and we are going to get going. All right, coming into a nice, comfortable seated posture. As you gently allow yourself to absorb into this space, absorb into this environment around you, as you gradually start to feel what you are experiencing right now. We'll bring ourselves to this present moment, because the first step of understanding and acceptance is being. Without this, we can't move forward into all the other pathways of understanding and information gathering. As you slowly start to melt away into this experience, you start to draw into that connection with your mat. And further and further we flow into this process, we start to acknowledge our past and future, and we place them on the outside of this space. This bubble of magic, this bubble of love. And as you start to feel this presence, we draw into our attention for today. To allow ourselves to create immeasurable immersion in the highest form of fluidity, in the highest form of love. Slowly taking in a deep inhalation and just sighing it all the way out. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Final cleansing breath. Deep inhale. Hold just a second. I know your nose is feeling just a little bit cold from all that cold air. Exhale, draw it all the way out. Beautiful. Slowly drawing hands to heart center. As we immerse into this magical class today, we open that beautiful gate into our shala, traipse along that magical path, feeling vibrations of all the natural energy around. As we climb up those stairs to enter into our practice, we start to begin and we begin to start. I'm going to open up our class with the opening invocation. Vande Gurunam Charana Ravinde Sanda Shita Swatma Sukha Bhavote Nishe Yase Jangalika Mane Samsara hala hala moha shantiye. Abahu purushakaram shanka chakrasi darinam. Sahasra shirasam shvetam pranamami pratanjalim. Inhale for Om. Namaste Ashtangis and welcome to your morning practice. May it be a process of abundant abundance, immeasurable immersion, and all the laughter. Namaste. Alrighty, so warm up for today. We're going to go 5 and 2. 5 Surya Namaskar A's, 2 Nurya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar B's. It's like I'm losing my words here just a little bit. Alrighty, let's start off at the top of our mat. Alrighty, music's on the go. Time to immerse. Big toes touching, slight gap between your heels. Micro bending your knees. Just allowing your gaze to flow forward. Allowing your shoulders to release down. As we begin this process of immersion, we're allowing all to be. So we're allowing each and every experience to come at us at its fluid pace. So before we begin, just taking in a nice, luscious, deep inhalation and smile as you sigh it out. I know that breath felt quite different. All right, it's beautiful. And shall we begin? Inhalation, opening up. Exhalation, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, releasing your hands down. Join your feet to the back of the mat, flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, and chin. Being mindful of where your body's at. Inhale, coming up to upward facing dog. Releasing back to down dog for 5. Just taking this time to feel out any crevices of tension that are in the body and just start to flex them out. Just moving your hips from side to side, rolling over your toes. Spreading those fingers as wide out as possible, keeping those feet hip distance apart. Holding here for one more breath cycle. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up and around, drawing your hands through to heart center, releasing your hands beside you. Beautiful. 1 down, 4 to go. Inhale, opening those arms up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Urdhva Uttanasana. Reaching your hands back down to the mat. Drawing your feet to the back of the mat and flowing through. As you come up, releasing all the way back. Holding here for 5 breath cycles as you come back to that place of commitment and calm. We are committed to our calm in this place. And we allow ourselves to immerse ourselves into that. Holding here for 1 more breath cycle. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift, exhalation, fold. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Drawing your hands through to heart center, releasing them beside you. Beautiful. We'll go again. Inhalation. Opening up your sunrise as you exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to the earth. Releasing those feet to the back of the mat, holding strong through your core as you flow through. Coming up to up dog, releasing back to down. Holding here. Holding here for 2 more breath cycles. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, open those arms all the way up and around, drawing those hands through, meeting heart center, releasing them beside you. Beautiful. We go again. Inhale up, allowing those hands to meet as they draw down to meet the earth. Halfway lift, hands back to the earth. Releasing those feet back, flowing through. Coming up, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Holding here for 3 more breath cycles. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift, exhalation, fold. Inhale, sweeping those arms all the way up and around. Drawing hands through to heart center, releasing them beside you. 2 more rounds to go. We go again. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Drawing your feet back, flowing through. Coming up to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Don't forget to smile. Releasing back to down. Just tuning into Ujjayi breathing. On your next inhale, drawing your gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping those arms all the way up and around, drawing your hands through to heart center, releasing them beside you. Beautiful. 1 more round of Surya Namaskar 8 to go. Inhale, opening up, bringing that energy center all the way up. As you release, drawing it all the way down into the earth. Halfway lift, hands back down, floating or stepping back. Chaturanga Dandasana, your favorite posture. Coming up, releasing all the way back. Holding here for 5. Holding here for 2 more breath cycles. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Drawing those hands through to heart center, releasing them beside you. Beautiful. We're done with Sun A. We're going to flow into Sun B now. Inhale, opening those hands all the way up and open. Gaze up, releasing down, coming up halfway. Hands back to the earth, releasing your feet to the back of the mat and floating through Chaturanga Dandasana. As you come up, releasing back as you exhale. We're going to hold here for 1. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, bringing it through. Grounding backwards at 45. Front knee at 90, hips squared off. Opening up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down into the earth. Stepping right foot back, flowing through your shoulder shredder. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to Urdhva Mukha. Releasing back to Adho Mukha. And holding here for 1 breath cycle. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Back foot to 45. Opening those arms up. Feeling that vibration, that flow, and that fire as you draw it back down into the earth. Flowing through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Releasing back to down dog for 5. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Drawing those hands through to heart center. Releasing them beside you. Final round of our warm-up. I hope you're getting nice and warm now. Inhale, opening those arms, feeling that fire and flow. Drawing it down. Halfway lift. Hands into the earth. Releasing your feet to the back of the mat. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Releasing back to down. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale, bringing it through. Back foot to 45. Virabhadrasana 1 on the right hand side. Don't forget to smile. Releasing your hands down into the earth. Stepping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Drawing back to down dog. Holding here for 1. Inhale, left leg all the way up. As you exhale, placing your foot, opening up. Exhale, release. Left foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up. Releasing back. Just holding here and committing to your calm. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, gaze up. Floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Drawing those hands through heart center. Releasing your hands behind you. Just taking a moment to close your eyes. As you're taking a nice, deep, luscious inhalation. And just sigh all the way out. Beautiful. Alright, going at the top of your mat, As you slowly come to, as you tune back in, body's nice and warm, we're ready to go. We're fully immersed into our practice this morning. I want you to take your feet hip distance apart. We're going to go with our peace fingers. So bring your hands to hips first. Taking a nice, luscious, deep inhalation. And exhale, fold from the hips. Drawing your hands down, connecting them to your big toes. Allowing your elbows to flop out. Allowing your head to hang heavy. If you need to take a bend in the knee, just allow yourself and listen to your body. And slowly on your next inhalation, releasing your grip from your toes and slipping your hands directly underneath your feet as you come into Parahastasana, transitioning from Paragustasana. Holding here for one more. And slowly on your next inhale, drawing up vertebra by vertebra, allowing your head to hang heavy. Drawing those shoulders up, dropping them back into place, and bringing your head up. Beautiful. Alrighty. From here, we're going to lead with our left leg to the back of the mat. Coming into wide-legged stance. As we come up into our variations of Trikonasana. So turning your left foot to face the back of the class. Inhale, opening those arms up. Feeling your chest open up. Feeling your heart open up. Drawing your gaze over your left hand as you hinge over to inhale. Just stretching forward. Exhale. Left hand down, right arm up. Just making sure that your gaze is drawing up to your right thumb. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning left foot in, turning right foot out. Inhale, dipping forward. Exhale, release. Right hand down, drawing it towards your shin or your ankle. And drawing your gaze up to your left thumb this time. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Dropping both arms down. Turning right foot in, turning left foot out. We're going to revolve our triangle pose. So we're going to come into Pavrika Trikonasana. Inhale, right arm, extending. Feeling that stretch coming through. You're going to extend and draw it out to the outer side of your left foot. Opening up left arm. Holding here for two more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning left foot in, turning right foot out. We're going to go on to the opposite side now. So inhale, left arm all the way up. Feeling that nice stretch coming through. extending it to the outside of your right foot, opening up your right arm. Holding here for one more. Inhale, returning back to neutral. Resetting at the top of your mat. Back into Tadasana. Just taking a moment. Taking a nice, luscious, deep inhalation. And just sighing it all the way out. Beautiful. Alright, from here we're going to come into extended side angle pose. So again, leading with your left leg. Coming into a nice 90-degree angle. Facing the back of the mat. We're going to open up left arm as we inhale, drawing it up towards the heavens. As you exhale, placing it on the inside of your left foot, opening right arm up and over, creating that beautiful space in your side body as you start to experience that stretch coming through. Just keep in tune into your Ujjayi breathing. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to center, turning left foot in, turning right foot out. Inhale, right arm. Feeling that side body extension, drawing it down into the earth, extending left arm up and over. Just feeling that center with your breath right now. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to center, turning right foot in, turning left foot out. Alright, from here we're going to revolve our extended side angle posture. So inhale, right arm all the way up. As you exhale, placing it to the outside of your left foot. Opening up left arm all the way up. Feeling that heart expand over to the opposite side. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning left foot in, turning right foot out. Inhale, left arm all the way up. As you exhale, placing it to the outside of your right foot. Opening up that right arm all the way up. Inhale, coming back up to center. Resetting at the top of your mat back into Tadasana. And again, taking a moment to take in a nice, juicy inhalation. Exhale, sign it all the way out. Beautiful. Alrighty, from here, we're going to come into 4 variations of Prasarita Padottanasana. So we're going to extend up into a wide-legged stance onto your mat. And first things first, just making sure we're activating all of our foundational muscles right now. Calves, quads, hammies, glutes. So pulling them in, feeling that nice stretch. And from here, we're going to fold over. So first variation, just bringing your hands to hips. Taking in a nice, luscious inhalation. And as you exhale, fold. Drawing your hands down to the earth.
allowing your elbows to flop out, allowing your head to hang heavy, and just immersing yourself wherever you are right now into this whole experience. Inhale, join your hands to hips. Slowly bringing your torso all the way back up to neutral. Keeping those hands at your hips. We're going to make sure those elbows start to draw back. Bringing them to 90 degrees. You're going to start to feel your chest pop out. Inhale, finding length. Enjoy that little minor back bend. As you exhale, folding forward to surrender and keeping and making sure that those elbows are staying as connected as possible. Having a nice big chat, those elbows. Nice unlimited package, unlimited data, unlimited speed. And we're just chatting about how they're nice and warm right now. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Releasing those hands, just shaking them out. We're going to come into our third variation. This time bringing your hands behind your back, interlacing fingers, connecting your palms together, and drawing it as far down your buttocks as possible. Again, starting to feel your chest pop out. Inhale, finding length. Exhalation, fold. Bringing those arms overhead as far as they want to go today. And just drawing into your breath. Bringing those arms just a little bit further over. One more breath cycle. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Releasing your hands, releasing your grip, just shaking it out. Alright, from here we're going to come into our fourth and final variation of it. You might want to bring your stance in just a little bit because we're going to go with our peace fingers and connect them to our big toes. So taking a nice, luscious, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, fold. Connecting right, connecting left. Flopping those elbows out. Allowing your head to hang heavy. And slowly on your next inhalation, bringing your hands to hips. Drawing your torso back up to neutral. Resetting at the top of your mat back into Tadasana. And just taking a moment to taking a nice, luscious, deep inhalation. Exhale, sign it all the way out. Beautiful. Alrighty, from here we're going to lead with our left leg again to the back of the mat. Coming into a short stance this time. 1 or 2 variations. Either elbows, hands towards your elbows, or if you can, bringing your hands behind your back into reverse prayer. And just making sure, if you want to make sure that those hips are squared off, just extend that back foot slightly out. Inhale, finding length. As we exhale, we're going to fold. Slowly releasing over those hips and drawing down. Inhale, coming back up to neutral, keeping that variation behind your back, turning around, leading with your right leg this time. Again, if you need to extend that left foot out just to balance those hips out, allow yourself to do so. Inhale, finding length, little minor back bend coming through. Exhale, release to fold. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to center, releasing your hands, shaking them out, resetting at the top of your mat back into Tadasana. And just taking a beautiful inhalation, drawing it in, feeling all the magic that comes through with your prana, that beautiful life force, and exhale, just sighing it all the way out. Awesome. All right, from here, we're going to come into one of our favorite postures, Utthita Hasta Paragustasana. So stepping your feet hip distance apart. We're going to go to our right leg first. So taking left hand to left hip. We're going to inhale right leg all the way up. Peace fingers connecting to big toe. And we're going to extend forward, holding here for 5. Don't forget your serious face right now. It's quite important to help with your balancing. I know that was quite funny. I know it's not funny as I'm going to hold this to 6. I'm just kidding, slowly opening up. Just keeping yourself balanced with your breath. Inhale, bring it back to center. Connecting both hands to hips, making sure that those toes are pointing up. Raising it up just a little bit, finding your challenge point. Holding here for one more. Exhale, sign it out, shaking it out, just moving and grooving. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to go on to the opposite side now. So grinding into your right leg, right hand to right hip. Inhale, left leg up, peace fingers to left toe, big toe, and extending forward. Holding here for 5. Slowly opening up. Inhale, bring it back to center, both hands to hips. Making sure that those toes are pointing up. Just a little bit up. And release, shaking it out. That was fun, eh? So much fun. Shaking those hips out. Alrighty, from here we're going to come into Adha Baddha Padmottanasana. So 3 variations. First one, you can simply just come into tree and hold for 5. Second variation, you bring your right leg over your left knee, or you come into half lotus. So bringing your foot into your hip crease, like this. And then from here, those second 2 variations, we're going to bring right hand around. Inhale, left arm up. Exhalation, fold. Hold in here for 1 more. And inhale, coming all the way up. Releasing out. And just shaking it out. Alright, beautiful. Opposite side. So whatever you did on the opposite side, we're going to do now here. Alright. Left leg into place, left hand all the way around. Inhale, right arm all the way up. Exhalation, fold. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up. Unwinding, unpretzeling, releasing, and just shaking it out. Beautiful. Alright, from here, coming back to the top of your mat, big toes touching. Inhalation, opening that rising sun. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Floating or stepping back. Moving through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Releasing back to down. And we're going to hold here for 1. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway left, exhale, fold. Inhale, grazing your fingers across the mat as you come up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Just make sure you're checking in your alignment, that you can see your toes in front of your knees. Sitting just a little bit deeper. Holding you up for 2 more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Join your hands to the earth. Stepping right foot, stepping left foot. Moving through your favorite Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to downward facing dog. And we can hold here for 1. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale, placing it between your hands. Grounding back foot to 45. Opening those arms up. We're going to hold warrior 1 for 5. Just keeping attuned to your Ujjayi breathing. Dropping your hands down. Turning your feet around to lead with your left leg this time. And we're going to go on to warrior 1 on the opposite side. Inhale, opening those right and left arms up. On your next exhale, join your hands down to the earth. Turning your feet all the way around, setting up for warrior two on the opposite side. So leading with your right leg this time. Inhale, opening those arms out. Making sure that that front knee is at 90. Gaze over your middle finger. Just slowly dropping those shoulders just a little bit. Extending a little further forward. Holding here for 4 more. Slowly on your next exhale, dropping your hands down, turning right foot in, left foot out. Inhale, opening those arms back out. Gaze over your middle finger, right knee at 90, and just dropping those shoulders a little bit to release the tension. From here, you're going to helicopter your hands back down to the back of the mat. Stepping left foot back, flowing through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog, releasing back to down. Inhale, gaze up, and from here you're going to come into seated. Slowly extending your feet out in front of you. We're going to come into Dandasana from here as our final pose. So making sure that your calves are activated, slight gap between your heels and the earth. Bringing your hands to heart center, activating your core, and we're going to hold here for 5. Just making sure that those toes are pointing up. One more breath cycle. As you exhale, release. Inhale, bringing those arms out in front of you. And as you exhale, activating your core, slowly drawing your whole torso back down. As you prepare for your final posture in Shavasana. Just taking a moment to set yourself up, get warm. And as you take this time to release your breath, just allowing these moments and fragments of time to release around you and within you.
And slowly calling all that energy back into your vessel as you start to welcome it back through the tickles, through your fingertips and toes, and the swishes of your ankles and wrists. Slowly starting to take a deep inhalation as you extend your arms overhead, stretching your feet forward, and just sighing it all the way out. Inhale, bringing your knees to chest, and just engaging in that massive hug of love. As you slowly roll over onto your left hand side, and just immersing yourself in all the gratitude for you, your magic, and all the love that you are. As you slowly prop yourself back up into a seated posture, gently bringing your hands to heart center. We take this moment to honor our immersion. We honor our path. We honor everything we've created. For all we have in front of us is our white light, our magic, our creativity, our manifestation. And as we take this moment to start to close our practice, we gently walk out of our shala, down the staircase, along that magical path, to that beautiful gate that we open to close with our closing invocation. Swashti prajabhyaha paripalya yantam nayena magena mahim mahishaha go brahmaya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Inhalation for Om. Ashtangis, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. May your day be filled with light. May all the immersion be multiplied, be amplified, and magnified. Thank you. Namaste.